when we see attractive food, we tend to overeat. And after overeating, we feel very uncomfortable and uneasy. But within a few hours, that uncomfort is gone and you start feeling hungry once again. So what is happening inside the stomach? Well, food is getting broken down in the stomach with the help by the process of digestion, and the food particles then pass out of the stomach, leaving the stomach empty. So since the stomach becomes empty, you start feeling hungry once again. Now, in extremes of temperature, this process of digestion does not take place properly. Now, why is it so? There are secretions of these juices in the stomach which helps in the process of digestion. Now, these digestive juices that help in the digestion of food, that is the breakdown of food, contains enzyme in it. Enzymes are nothing but catalysts that we have studied in chemistry. Enzymes are those substances that can increase the rate of a reaction, and in this case, it is the increase in the rate of digestion. And another important characteristics of all catalysts and enzymes are that they remain the same before and after a reaction. That is, their chemical structure or their chemical composition remains the same before digestion and also after digestion. Now, these enzymes that are present in the stomach and rest of the body are temperature sensitive. That is, they cannot function at extremes of temperature. So in extremes of temperature, digestion takes place very slowly. So the bigger food molecules cannot get broken down into smaller food molecules, and so these food molecules cannot move out of the stomach, and so we do not feel hungry, and hence we get a feeling of fullness. Now, a substance can be either acidic, neutral, or basic. So the measure of the acidity and basicity of a substance is known as the pH. Now, water is a neutral substance. That is, it has a pH of 7. A substance like hydrochloric acid is acidic in nature, and if you dip a pH paper inside a hydrochloric acid solution, it will turn red, and if you put this pH paper in a basic solution like soap solution, it will turn blue. So we have an acidic environment in the stomach because of the presence of an acid which is known as hydrochloric acid. And in this acidic environment, all these digestive enzymes can function properly. But if due to some reason this pH is lost or the pH of the stomach changes, the enzymes will not function anymore. So the enzymes are sensitive to both temperature as well as pH. If there is no optimum temperature or no optimum pH in the stomach, the enzymes won't function, and hence digestion won't take place properly. Now, one day what happened is that you suddenly feel very hungry, but your mother is not at home. Neither is there any food in the refrigerator. So you look around and you finally find a few biscuits. So you immediately take a few biscuits, but what you realize is that after 15 to 20 minutes, you start feeling hungry once again. But if you have a proper meal consisting of proteinaceous food such as chicken, you won't feel hungry anytime soon. So why is this happening? Well, biscuits are made up of carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates get digested or broken down in the mouth with the help of these salivary enzyme secretion. Since the food gets broken down already, they are not stored in the stomach for a long time, and that is why it passes out of the stomach quickly. So the stomach becomes empty and you start feeling hungry very soon. But if you have a proteinaceous diet consisting of chicken and carbohydrates along with it, that is chapati, the chapati being made up of carbohydrates will get easily broken down in the mouth. See? The salivary enzymes secreted will digest the carbohydrates present in chapati. But the chicken won't get digested because it contains proteins. So the undigested chicken enters into the stomach where it gets digested. The proteins in the chicken gets digested by proteolytic enzymes into polypeptides and further into smaller peptides, and then it goes out of the stomach. So it needs to get stored in the stomach for some time so that it can get digested. So it is staying in the stomach for longer time than carbohydrates. And that is why you have a feeling of fullness if you have a meal consisting of proteins like pulses or chicken, because it gets stored in the stomach till it gets digested. So these digestive enzymes are temperature sensitive, they are pH sensitive, also they are substrate specific. That is, it can react based on whether it is a carbohydrate or a protein or a fat. So it is substrate specific. Now these enzymes are not only present in the digestive system but is also present in all parts of the body. And all the parts of the body contains these enzymes which show the same characteristics. All the enzymes are temperature and pH sensitive and substrate specific. Now, why do you think that drinking water won't stop our hunger? Well, this is because water does not get digested in the stomach. It gets easily passed out of the stomach, keeping the stomach empty. Now, if your stomach is empty, you're bound to feel hungry once again. So, water does not get digested, so it gets passed out very quickly, and so water cannot stop our hunger.